What if the biggest mistake we make in first impressions is trying too hard to be impressive? We spend so much energy proving our worth, we forget to build a connection. There is one fundamental shift in your approach that can change how everyone from your boss to your barista treats you, almost overnight. Most people get this backward their entire lives. 99% miss the science behind why this works, and skipping it is the difference between being deeply trusted and being secretly resented. The switch. We all walk into important interactions with a silent script running in our heads. Whether it's a job interview, a first date, or a networking event, that script usually sounds something like this. Be smart, be capable, be impressive, show them what you've got. We've been conditioned to believe that our value lies in our competence. We lead with our resume, our accomplishments, our sharpest insights. We think that if we can just prove how skilled and intelligent we are, people will naturally respect and like us. But what if that script is fundamentally flawed? What if the very act of trying to be impressive is the thing that's holding you back from making a genuine connection? The single most powerful change you can make is to flip that script. To do this one thing, lead with warmth, not competence. This is a profound mental and behavioral switch. It's a conscious decision to change your primary goal in any new interaction. Instead of asking yourself, how can I impress this person? You ask, how can I connect with this person? Instead of trying to show how valuable you are, you focus on making them feel valued. It sounds so simple, almost too simple, but the psychological impact is massive. When you lead with competence, you're implicitly creating a hierarchy. You're setting yourself up as an expert, a performer, someone to be judged. This can trigger insecurity, comparison, and even a subtle sense of competition in the other person. They might be impressed, sure, but they won't necessarily feel comfortable with you. They won't feel safe. They won't trust you. When you lead with warmth, you do the opposite. You create a sense of psychological safety. You send the nonverbal, subconscious signal that you are a friend, not a foe. You level the playing field. Warmth says, I see you. I'm on your side. We're in this together. Only after that foundation of trust is built does your competence even have a chance to shine. Think about the most charismatic people you know. They might be brilliant, but the first thing you probably notice is how they make you feel. They make you feel seen, heard, and interesting. They use their social energy to lift you up, not to put themselves on a pedestal. This switch isn't about dumbing yourself down or hiding your achievements. It's about sequencing. It's about understanding that human connection precedes human evaluation. Before anyone can care about what you know, they have to know that you care. Primal brain. To understand why this switch from competence to warmth is so incredibly effective, we have to look at how our brains are wired. Our modern, logical, resume-reading brain is just a thin layer on top of a much older, more powerful primal brain. And that primal brain is obsessed with one question above all others. Is this person a threat or an ally? For thousands of years, our survival depended on making this assessment quickly and accurately. Before our ancestors could even think about whether a newcomer was a skilled hunter, competence, they had to know if that person was going to steal their food or help protect the tribe, warmth, and trustworthiness. This ancient survival mechanism is still running the show in every single one of our social interactions today. The research on this is fascinating. Psychologists at top universities have identified two universal dimensions of social cognition: warmth and competence. We judge everyone we meet on these two scales. Warmth is about perceived intent. Are you friendly, trustworthy, empathetic? Competence is about perceived ability. Are you capable, intelligent, effective? What the studies consistently show is that our brains assess warmth first. It is the gatekeeper of all social judgment. If you are perceived as cold, even if you are incredibly competent, your competence can be seen as a threat. A brilliant but cold person is perceived as someone who might use their intelligence against us. A brilliant and warm person, however, is seen as a powerful ally who will use their intelligence for us. This is why we are drawn to them. When you lead with warmth, you are speaking directly to that ancient, powerful part of the other person's brain. You are calming their threat detection system. Nonverbal cues of warmth, a genuine smile, open body language, a friendly tone of voice, trigger the release of oxytocin, often called the bonding hormone. Oxytocin lowers defenses, increases feelings of trust, and creates a sense of connection. Conversely, when you lead with competence, bragging, using jargon, interrupting to show how smart you are, you can inadvertently trigger a cortisol response. The other person feels evaluated, judged, and stressed. Their defenses go up and the door to genuine connection slams shut. So this isn't just a nice idea, it's a biological hack. By consciously choosing to signal warmth first, you are literally changing the brain chemistry of the interaction, making trust and rapport not just possible, but probable. Warmth cues. So how do we actually put this into practice? Leading with warmth isn't about a feeling. It's about a series of specific, actionable behaviors. These are the nonverbal and verbal cues that tell the other person's primal brain, I am a friend. The first and most powerful warmth cue is the Duchenne smile. This isn't the tight-lipped, polite smile we flash at strangers. A Duchenne smile is a genuine smile that involves not just the mouth, but the eyes. It's the crinkling at the corners of your eyes, the orbicularis oculi muscle, that signals authentic happiness. Our brains are incredibly adept at spotting the difference. You can practice this by thinking of something or someone that genuinely makes you happy right before you walk into a room or greet someone. Let that feeling travel up to your face. It's the difference between a smile that says, I'm supposed to be smiling, and one that says, I'm truly happy to see you. The second set of cues involves your body language. When we feel defensive or are focused on competence, we tend to close ourselves off. We cross our arms, angle our body away, and hold tension in our shoulders. To signal warmth, you need to do the opposite. Think open and expansive. Keep your arms uncrossed, your hands visible, an ancient sign of not holding a weapon, and your torso and feet pointed toward the person you're speaking with. One of the most effective and subtle warmth cues is the head tilt. Tilting your head to the side exposes your neck, a vulnerable part of your body. Subconsciously, this signals trust and engagement. It says, I am listening so intently, I am not worried about protecting myself. It's an incredibly powerful way to make someone feel heard without saying a single word. Verbally, the cues are just as important. The easiest way to lead with warmth is to make the conversation about them first. Instead of launching into your own story or accomplishments, become a human detective. Ask thoughtful, open-ended questions. Don't just ask, what do you do? Ask, what's the most exciting project you're working on right now? Or, what do you love most about what you do? When they answer, your only job is to listen with genuine curiosity. Another powerful verbal cue is using their name. Hearing our own name activates unique parts of our brain. When you say, that's a great point, Sarah, or John, tell me more about that, you are sending a personalized signal of recognition and respect. It makes people feel seen and important. Combining these cues, a genuine smile, open body language, and curious, other-focused conversation, creates a powerful cocktail of warmth that can transform an interaction in seconds. Adding competence. Now, this is the part that most people worry about. They hear lead with warmth and think it means they have to be a soft, bubbly, agreeable person who never talks about their accomplishments. That is absolutely not the case. Remember, this is about sequencing. Warmth opens the door. Competence is what you bring with you once you walk through it. Once you have established a baseline of trust and connection, people are not only ready to hear about your competence, they are actively hoping you are competent. They want you to be the smart, capable person who can solve the problem or be a valuable addition to the team. The difference is now they're rooting for you. They see your competence as an asset to the relationship, not a threat to their own ego. So, how do you gracefully pivot from warmth to competence? The key is to let your competence emerge naturally from the conversation rather than forcing it into the introduction. Instead of leading with, I'm a top performing manager who increased efficiency by 30%, you wait for a moment when that information is relevant. Perhaps they mention a struggle their team is having with a particular process. That's your opening. You can then say, that sounds really familiar. In a previous role, I ran into a similar challenge, and we found that implementing X, Y, and Z made a huge difference. We actually saw a 30% increase in efficiency within a few months. See the difference? In the first example, you're boasting. In the second, you're helping. You're offering your competence as a gift, a solution, rooted in the empathetic connection you've already built. Another way to signal competence without sacrificing warmth is through storytelling. Facts and figures can feel cold and abstract, but stories are infused with emotion and are far more memorable. Instead of just stating a skill, tell a brief story that demonstrates that skill in action. Talk about a time you collaborated with a team to overcome a major obstacle, or a moment you had a creative breakthrough. This allows you to showcase your abilities in a way that is engaging and relatable. It also allows you to share credit and demonstrate that you are a team player, a powerful combination of warmth and competence. The ultimate goal is to be in the high warmth, high competence quadrant. These are the people who are not just respected, but deeply admired. They are seen as true leaders. And it all starts by resisting the urge to prove yourself, and instead choosing to connect first. Lasting impact. When you make this one switch, consistently leading with warmth in all of your interactions, the change isn't just immediate, it's cumulative. It creates a ripple effect that will fundamentally alter how people perceive you and the opportunities that come your way. In the short term, you'll notice that conversations feel easier. There's less tension, less awkwardness. People will open up to you more quickly. You'll find yourself building rapport in minutes, not hours. Strangers will feel more like friends, and intimidating figures will seem more approachable. This is because you are actively de-escalating the social threat response in everyone you meet, creating an environment where genuine communication can flourish. You become a source of psychological safety, and people are subconsciously drawn to that feeling like a magnet. Over time, this translates into a powerful reputation. You become known as the person who is not only brilliant at what they do, but who is also fantastic to work with. People will want you on their team. They will trust you with important information. They will come to you for advice, not just because they respect your intelligence, but because they know you will listen with empathy. This is the foundation of true influence. Influence isn't about having the best ideas. It's about creating the trust that makes people want to listen to your ideas in the first place. By prioritizing connection, you build a network of allies, not just a list of contacts. You become a leader, whether you have the title or not, because people are inspired by you and trust your intentions. This isn't just about your professional life either. It will change your personal relationships too. Your friendships will deepen. Your family will feel more heard. You will navigate conflicts with more grace because the foundation of trust is already there. The most profound impact, however, might be on your own internal state. When you release the pressure to constantly perform and prove yourself, a huge weight is lifted. You can relax into conversations. You can be more present, more curious, more authentically you. You stop seeing social interactions as a test to be passed and start seeing them as an opportunity to connect with another human being. You shift from a mindset of fear and evaluation to one of curiosity and generosity. And that doesn't just change how others see you, it changes how you see the world. The secret to being treated differently isn't about learning a new set of tricks or faking a personality. It's about a single courageous shift in intention. It's about understanding that the human heart longs for connection even more than the human mind admires competence. When you change your opening move from "here's how smart I am" to "I see you," you are aligning with a deep and powerful truth about human nature. That single shift, that one simple choice to lead with warmth, changes not just the conversation, it changes everything. Be honest, have you been leading with competence all this time? I feel like a light bulb just went on for me. So curious which warmth cue you're going to try first.